some of the guys that influenced me as far as hip hop, they come from Chicago. Chicago is, I would say, my favorite hip hop city overall. Why? Because Kanye West is much of the reason why I began rapping. College Dropout, that whole era. I was like, bruh, I've never heard anything like this dude. He appeals to the masses, but he has this content that is very real and very, authentic, and he's talking about stuff that matters, that the world needs to be listening to. I love that package. Common just, his whole demeanor, he just seems like that dude that's just never too hungry for attention, but always in the limelight. And that reminds me of myself. I never tried too hard to get attention, but I think by being yourself, you always find that you'll be in the limelight in some way, shape, or form. Love Common. A lot of people tell me I remind them of Common. Lupe, big bro, you know what I'm saying? Like for real, like this dude, that's the first time that somebody who I put in my list of like my top rappers in the game, I actually have formed a personal relationship and bond with them. This man has taught me a lot about my stage show, about just his opinion on my music, on music in general, or on people like me and him who have a heart for the people, but who still have our own lives to live, who go through emotional ups and downs. We just talk on, a deep level to where, yeah, bro, like Chicago hip hop, them three right there, man. Crazy. The way I was influenced by Cash Money Records when it comes to brands that they glorified, and that was tees, bows, and rees. What that means is white tees. So I spent thousands of dollars as a youngster on white t-shirts, bows, which are Jabot jeans. So I spent buku money on Jabot jeans with the straps, every color, Jabot jeans. Mama, please buy me some Jabots. And rees, which are Reeboks. And we wore Reebok Soldiers. That's what we called them. I think the technical name is the Reebok Workout Mid or something like that. But we called them Reebok Soldiers in New Orleans. And every now and then some Reebok Classics. That's the school shoes that I would get every year. Either some white or some black Reebok Soldiers or Classics. Tees, bows, and rees. I was influenced by that. I remember wearing New Era caps because I would see in the Bling Bling music video. I'm looking at BG. I remember to this day, BG wearing a New Era fitted cap, but it was with the Chinese letters on it, and we didn't even know what the Chinese letters stood for or what they said, but I think it was the Los Angeles Dodgers fitted cap. And I saw that New Era logo. I said, I need that cap. I saved up my little allowance or whatever it was from me working at a snowball stand, my little money, and I went and bought me that cap. So I was influenced by them. The way I choose what brands I want to wear and help promote is based on the integrity of that brand, meaning how much do they value their product, how much do they value their customers. Those are the two main things, because I have to wear the product, and oftentimes I see myself as a customer. Even if I'm an ambassador for that brand, I put myself in the mindset of a customer. And if the customers feel valued by that brand, and if the integrity of that brand in terms of their product is A1, then I say, all right, cool, I can rock with it. Like, whether you're a startup or whether you're an established household name brand, I can rock with you. Hip hop has influenced youth culture because it is youth culture. What I mean is they're literally one and the same. There's no such thing as youth culture and then hip hop nowadays. They're literally intermeshed within one another. For kids to grow up either listening to hip hop, talking with slang that is derived from hip hop, dressing a certain way that is heavily influenced by hip hop, that's just the norm now. Hip hop is youth culture, like they're synonymously tied to one another. My thoughts on the relationship between hip hop and brands are that brands are healthy for hip hop as long as it doesn't compromise artistic integrity. Brands, help to put hip hop on another level, on another platform when brands choose to associate, with the culture of hip hop or with specific hip hop artists. I would love to have a brand, sponsor the Dee-1 Threes Up tour that I'm on right now. I'm touring the country. I would love to have a brand look at what I do and they're like, oh, Dee-1 Threes Up, that stands for Be Real, Be Righteous, Be Relevant. We'd love to do that. He's a national artist, people know him, great personality. And I think it's about the people who work for that brand having a relationship with the artist to where the artist doesn't feel like they become a slave to that brand's demand. You get an artist who starts to rap very cheesy and very corny just to appease that brand, you know, and you don't want that type of stuff. You want an artist who can be themselves. Let me be me, let me do me, and by doing me, I'm able to be a good ambassador for your brand. That's the perfect type of relationship.
Just relentlessly came down here and put in the work, and I think that's just what you have to do being from Canada. I mean, I was always told to get respect in your city, you gotta leave your city, and that's something I've always done.
We live in a very trivial kind of culture where we're elevating and celebrating things that don't matter that much. You know what I mean? In the grand scope of life.
People will very much abandon what they want because there was some part of it that they didn't have or didn't have access to or couldn't get. And it's just like, I can't do this, so I can't even, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, if you want it, it's what you make of it.
I've had moments where I was just like, fuck it, man, I'm in debt, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get a job, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta stop with the music, you know what I'm saying? I've had plenty of moments like that, but honestly, this is what I'm passionate about, and what is success without struggle?